Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the FanSplash podcast episode dun 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 30 or XXX, right?
Yeah. It's not going to be like that.
Triple X. We go hardcore in this episode. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for continuing to join us for 30 whole episodes, and we have definitely easily more than 30 to come. Very excited moving forward. Of course, if you did not already know, I am host number 1, Jesse Swift, and this is not co-host, but host number 2, Mr. Tyler Hall. So we have a good portion of news to get you guys caught up today. Last week we did a very special episode at Andy's place and talked a little Star Wars and movies that we're looking forward to. Here we have a podcast full bit of news. A couple days ago I didn't think we were going to, but now we do. A lot of things
that's like how it's always kind of worked out.
It's very par for the course. It's like Thursday night, Friday morning. Here's your news. And I'm like, man.
I can't believe it's been 10 episodes since we got canceled.
Yeah, right? And then we had to become independent.
More content, though. As soon as we were independent, so much more content.
Absolutely. And freedoms. And got to do a lot more creatively.
Doctor Strange reviews, Fantastic Beasts review, Luke Cage, all of that. Flash.
Hey.
There we go.
And, by the way, apologizing that I did not do a review for Flash this week. Because we're doing a 4-episode crossover amongst the different series, I'm waiting for the completion of the entire week so I can sit down one sitting, watch all the crossover episodes. I know I don't watch Supergirl or Legends of Tomorrow or Arrow, cry, whine, bitch, moan, whatever you want. But because Flash is in every episode, I'm going to review every episode.
And it starts with Supergirl, then goes to Flash, then goes to Arrow, then goes to Legends.
Thanks for letting me know the chronological order, because I had no idea what it was going to be. All right, guys. Well, let's get right into not starting out with Star Wars, Marvel, or DC, but Saban. So we're going to talk Power Rangers.
Is it Saban or Saban?
I don't know what it is. I'm going to say Saban because I've never heard it pronounced.
Saban, if it's Japanese. I have no idea.
Saban. We got an unexpected bit of news. We got concept art, but when the movie's this far along, concept art can kind of be taken as it's probably going to look like this. We got our first look at Alpha 5, voiced by Bill Hader. And as you can see by the corpse beside me, this is not what most people were expecting Alpha 5 to look like.
He looks like an alien frog. He looks like shit.
I agree that he looks like an alien frog.
He's supposed to be a fucking robot. He looks like an alien frog.
He looks like alien robot technology.
What is going on with the eyes? Doesn't that look like somebody like
he's a lily pad.
Like stretched an image in Photoshop? Like look, it looks so weird.
I think it looks weird. I don't think, but I mean, I agree. We disagree on every end of this. I don't think it looks like shit. I want to see it in live action. Like a lot of these things,
we haven't got a real trailer yet.
No,
so that's fair.
We haven't really seen. We haven't seen the Rangers in action. We had a trailer, but we didn't see the Rangers in action. We haven't seen Zordon. We've barely seen Rita. I really want to see a full trailer, hopefully soon. A lot of the images we get, I'm just like, interesting. That's usually my opinion for most of this movie. I was like, why did you do that? I will see if it's justified by the actual movie.
Sure, movement can go a long way.
It really can.
Over still images.
Even a brief flash of the suits in the trailer sold you a little more. You're like, oh, that looks a little better than the still images.
Yeah.
So I'm reserving judgment on pretty much everything that comes out.
Well, and then we don't even know how it's going to turn out in the final product because remember in Civil War when we got the Spidey trailer, you're like, it looks like shit. And the CGI looks like shit.
Rewatching the movie, the CGI still isn't that good on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But because of everything going on and how much you already like that character because you get to buy into Peter first, then you buy into the CGI a little bit more and it's less distracting.
Sure. Yeah, his colors pop a little more than the rest of everybody else, so I have no idea why he's not in this poster.
I think it's a texture thing, is what my issue is with that Spider-Man. Sure. There's not as much texture. It's kind of a flat.
But that's a small fragment to.
Still looks like Spider-Man. This doesn't look like Alpha 5.
I mean, he very vaguely looks like Alpha, but it's.
But is he going to sound like Stefan? Do we get Alpha Stefan? Oh my gosh, the Power Rangers have everything. So
we have no look at Zordon yet either, right?
No.
We need.
Do we have a floating Heisenberg? Like that's. Does he have?
Do you think that because I think everybody's pretty much knows about the Green Ranger theory? I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. Rita was the original Green Ranger. They're going to introduce Tommy at the end of the movie or something. He'll become the Green Ranger in the second movie. Lord Zed. Then we'll get Lord Zed. If this movie doesn't bomb with all the creative choices they're making. Because I think Rita's costume is going to change after her Green Ranger reveal.
That would be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't think I was going to. It's like Lionsgate's doing a Power Ranger. Why? And then the designs were actually buying me over. But anyways, we're just a few months away, so we'll be able to review that,
March.
Check it out. Yeah, March. Give us another trailer. But I guess we just got our Logan trailer, and that's March. So I think January we'll probably get a trailer.
But we were getting Doctor Strange and Rogue One trailers for a year.
That's the thing. The market is getting saturated, and you don't want to strategically incorrectly drop a trailer in the wrong place, so you don't want to be forgotten about. Exactly. Anyways, so anything else about Alpha?
No, just please look better than the concept art.
Please look better than the concept art. This is a really brief kind of small piece of news, but I thought it was clever, so I wanted to note on it a little bit. Any of you that are fans of the Batman '89 movie directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton, my favorite Batman movie still, and debatably my favorite Batman. Billy D. Williams played Harvey Dent to be Two-Face in a future Tim Burton movie. However, Joel Schumacher took it over, and then we got Tommy Lee Jones as Harvey Dent.
Why did Tim Burton leave the franchise?
I don't know why he left the franchise. Do you know?
I knew at one point, and then I know why Michael Keaton left because Tim Burton left.
Sure, it was kind of like he wanted to work with him.
I don't know, but it would have been cool to see how he kind of back in his prime time days.
Yeah, then we would know Billy D. Williams for something other than Lando. I mean, he's been in other movies, but I know him as he's Lando to me. Then he could have been Lando and Two-Face to me.
Oh yeah, that. But I mean, Tim Burton, finishing the thing. Tim Burton now. He puts out a movie and you're like, oh fuck, are we gonna get Alice through the Looking Glass again?
Right.
Back off, dude. Oh, I bet Johnny Depp's in it.
Well, the reason I bring up Billy D. Williams, I bring him up because the Lego Batman movie thought, hey, wouldn't it be clever if we're having Two-Face in this? We'll give Billy D. Williams his chance to be Two-Face that he never got. Granted, it's not what people would have hoped for. You're never going to get a live-action Billy D. Williams Two-Face. But I thought that was clever. Obviously, kids aren't going to get it or know. But that's for all of us hardcore fans. Sure. Even the general audience is going to be like, oh, Lando's Two-Face. That nobody remembers that he was in Batman. It was a small role.
Yeah.
Some people might.
Some people might. I do.
We do. We know. But we're not.
I don't know what normal people know.
So anyways, keep an eye out for that. There's some images of what Two-Face looks like. He looks like a Lego. Imagine that. So speaking of Lando...
He looks like the classic cartoon, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Lando, moving on to Star Wars, we're going to talk about not Rogue One, but potentially another spin-off, one that we would very much be anticipating if it were to be announced, the Obi-Wan spin-off with Ewan McGregor. But they recently...
Now, how heavily rumored was this?
It's like...
It's
literally, it's like this much rumor, but this much just fan, make it happen. It's like a Deadpool thing. It's
And does Obi-Wan want to return?
Ewan McGregor wants to do it so bad, and I'm like, he even, he popped in for that line in Star Wars Force Awakens when Rey had her flashback.
Sure.
It was two lines. One, they took the word afraid from Alec Guinness and took Rey out of it. So you hear Alec Guinness say Rey. And then Ewan McGregor says, these are her first steps. So you get Obi-Wan in there. So they're acknowledging that Ewan could be Obi-Wan. If they do a Force Ghost, make it Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, and then that's another like person reprising their role as opposed to like having to recast Han Solo to make him young, Lando to make him young. I mean, as much as I appreciate Donald Glover, if you could get Ewan, and he was the one of the strongest points, like you said.
I would say
the strongest point of the of the prequels. Anyway,
I smiled every time he was on screen. Just rewatching the prequels now recently.
You're my brother, Anakin.
Yeah, you were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force, not destroy it. So Entertainment Weekly, there was an interview recently that said the plans, so obviously they're thinking about Obi-Wan and doing a movie with it, but they said it's being pushed off for right now because, interesting, they might have plans for the character in the current trilogy. And that kind of perked me up a little bit. And I'm like, there's so many different things that you could do. Is it just a mentioning, or is there lineage that's going to be exposed in the movies? Is Rey a granddaughter of Obi-Wan? When Obi-Wan was on Tatooine by himself, did he father a child and then have to leave because he's got Luke is the important thing? Who knows? There's a million different things. Does he come back as a Force Ghost? Is there something that would justify doing an Obi-Wan spinoff?
Really what I can think of is Force Ghost, but I mean,
somebody's got to be training Luke when he's alone on that island, and I think it'd be Obi-Wan.
How would it be Obi-Wan?
Because he's a ghost. He can still talk to Luke.
They can have full interaction.
Well, not physical training, but
no.
But Obi-Wan can talk.
He can sit there and hang out and tell jokes and shit. And
it seemed like at the end of Return of the Jedi,
showed up and just said a couple of things.
Well,
and then bounced out.
At the end of Revenge of the Sith, Yoda talked to Obi-Wan. I have to train you to commune with Qui-Gon. So I think that you can. They reach a certain point of immortality, being a Jedi Master.
Okay.
And I think that would be. I think that's something that Luke would want, is he would reach out to Obi-Wan for guidance, because Luke is the last of the Jedi, the last of the living Jedi. So he needs somebody that has more experience, because Luke really, by Return of the Jedi, didn't have all that much experience. A few years, maybe.
Well, they take place a few years apart from each other, but
true.
Well,
he was still a Jedi Knight.
He was the only one then too, right?
Yeah,
and he's still the only one. Or he tried with Kylo Ren.
He had a bunch of Jedi, and then Kylo supposedly killed them all. But getting back to the point, do we want to see a Obi-Wan movie maybe post Episode 9?
That far along, I think maybe we'd be a little over it. But yeah, I mean,
there's always going to be that mystery.
We can get it when we get it. I don't want a Boba Fett movie. I don't either. I don't care about Boba Fett as much as everybody does.
Same boat. I would much rather see Obi-Wan than Boba Fett.
I would rather see Obi-Wan, but
I want to know what happened. And they're showing in the comics that things happened after Revenge of the Sith. He didn't sit on his ass for 15 years on Tatooine.
Right.
He was keeping an eye on Luke, but he was doing other things, and I want to know what those other things are.
Sure.
And if it's 10 years down the road when we get this movie, Ewan McGregor's going to be approaching that Alec Guinness age. It's not going to be that unconvincing to put some white hair. He won't be that old exactly, but he'll be close to 50, or above.
50's not old, though.
No, but it won't be hard to white his hair and make him...
Sure. Okay.
Anyway, so that's it for Obi-Wan. Do you guys want to see an Obi-Wan movie? Would you rather see a Boba Fett movie? Do you not want these spin-offs? Do you want to keep them episodic? What do you guys want from Star Wars? Do you want 2 movies a year? Do you want to make it 1 movie a year and make it a big event film?
I like the 1 movie a year thing. Rogue One looks like a great spin-off. I'm worried that the Han Solo one is going to be the flop piece of... Well, it definitely won't flop because it's Star Wars.
Right.
But will it be a decent movie, or will it be I don't know.
I didn't think Rogue One sounded cool until...
the Iron Man 3 of...
Yeah. We definitely don't want that. So we will see what they do with these spin-offs. I want to see obviously it's all new content, but I want to see like original content come from Star Wars. Sure. Give me some Old Republic, and I would love to see not a Boba Fett, but a bounty hunter or underworld kind of Star Wars movie. More grit, no force, really, just expand that universe. Okay, enough about Star Wars. Moving on to video game properties, movies. Hopefully, maybe the first, like, good...
This is also Lionsgate, is it not?
Is it?
Or don't they do most of the video games?
Ubisoft and Sony, I think.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
I have no idea. It's just
tell me why I'm wrong. I don't know who's doing the Assassin's Creed.
Tell me why I'm wrong. I have no fucking clue.
Tell me who's doing the Assassin's Creed movie. I know that Michael Fassbender is producing it and starring in it, obviously. We've seen a couple trailers. The trailers have not 100% sold me because it's always weird music choices. But we got this first action-packed clip that Tyler just got to check out before we start the podcast. What do you think of how the action looks?
Oh, I mean, it looks like good fluid action. It looks good in all the other trailers as well. I'm curious to see kind of like the bounce back and forth between, present reality and flashback reality, the past and the present.
It could be a rhetorical question, but are you more looking forward to seeing a lot of this future world and what's going on there, or is it all about seeing the past and all the Assassin's Creed?
Well, I like the idea of Assassin's Creed itself. Like, the whole thing ties... It's such a good idea, like, blending past and future and making it sort of, like, kind of this thing. And I tried playing Assassin's Creed, but I'm terrible at video games, so it was, a little too difficult for me. But I watched people play it, and I always enjoyed what it was in the story. So,
very rich source material. Just asking for a movie.
So I think what I'm trying to say is I'm most excited for just this video game of all properties that have come out in the past like 10 years or so. It's around 2000 something that Assassin's Creed came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm most excited that we're getting like a real popular video game becoming like a modern movie in the face of like all this. The last one we got was what, Tomb Raider 2 or Doom, or we've got a few sprinkled from there, but like nothing has been. Oh, Warcraft.
I was like, are you gonna completely skip
Warcraft? Yeah, but most have just like
decent.
Haven't been like this big event like coming like everybody's anticipating.
It's not a comic book movie yet.
Sure, well, they're not comic book movies.
That's what I'm
yet.
saying. It's like it's not treated like a comic book movie. They're events. Video game movies do not have respect yet.
These are stories that need to come to life. I mean, look how good comic books do with just still images. What are you going to do with like a lush story from like, where's The Last of Us?
Thank you.
Where's BioShock? Those are going to
Gears of War, Halo, Zelda's so bad.
God of War.
Zelda Netflix. Oh, Vin Diesel as Kratos. Right?
Dude.
No?
I would be, at this point, I'm kind of worried about a Netflix Legend of Zelda series. But what I'm saying is like, this is like, like a big budget movie with a big budget actor and a very exciting actor with like quite the resume.
And Marion Cotillard, I forget what her name is. She was in Dark Knight Rises, and Jeremy Irons. Let us not forget.
Oh, Alfred.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got Alfred. You got Magneto. You got Talia al Ghul.
Yeah. You got them all. Yeah. I'm just excited for video game movies to kind of make a comeback. Future, past. That's not really what it's about for me. It's just about like the whole thing making its.
I would love to have a new
presence.
Genre of we've got comic books. We got sci-fi, and video game movies have a spot.
Comic books. I mean, they're a new thing. They've always turned best-selling novels into movies. They've always done that, and they still do that, and they still turn out great. Video games have been kind of treated as not quite the same property, and they tried in the early 90s and the early 2000s, but...
Mortal Kombat! Dun, 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 dun.
And they are making a Mortal Kombat too, so that's
the most excited I've ever been for. Like, you could seriously say Halo movie being produced by Steven Spielberg. I'm like, yes, but they're making another Mortal Kombat movie. I'm so biased on that.
Yeah, but front. You haven't gotten a real Halo movie. Yes, but
Mortal Kombat.
But you had Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Legacy and Mortal Kombat Annihilation,
which didn't happen.
Yeah, but this one's gonna be new.
But it could be good. Yeah, but Steven's. Okay. Wrapping up video game movie talk really quick. I just want to ask you one property, whether TV show or movie. What is a video game that you would most like to see adapted? One property.
God. I don't know.
You may disagree. I'm sticking with Zelda and Netflix. Well, Mortal Kombat, but I would say Zelda and Netflix. I like that idea. And there's just so many ways that you could go. Just Ocarina of Time storyline would be really cool.
I would honestly like to see a full-featured, not live action, but like as good as they do with like with animated movies now. You know, Frozen and Big Hero 6, Pixar, any of those. I want Super Mario.
That would be awesome. Well, okay. The studio I was going to say would not work for Super Mario, because I was going to say Blur Studios. They do all the cinematics for, like, the Arkham trailers.
Okay.
And that's Tim Miller is the guy that does Blur Studios. He's the one that did all the animation for Deadpool.
Or make, like, a Smash Brothers movie.
That could be cool.
With, like, I would do, like, the original Nintendo 64 characters and not, like, do, like, full fucking, you know...
You don't want to see the yoga chick? The Wii yoga chick?
But I'm just saying, like, there's stuff that you could do. Don't Ratchet and Clank it, which, to be fair, I still haven't seen it, but there was no marketing for it, and it made $0.
Like, probably under $1 million. Who knows?
And then it disappeared off the face of the earth, and it didn't get very good reviews. So
Jak and Daxter, that would be cool.
Oh, Jak and Daxter would be nice. It's a little late. Their train kind of set. Well,
it would treat it like a new property.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, don't rely on the fan base. Treat it like a new property that just looks like a good movie, and people will go see it. Even if
Crash Bandicoot, then
all kinds of stuff. Donkey Kong.
Dinky King.
Dinky King.
If they did it like they had a. I think they had a Donkey Kong animated like series in the late mid 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, they did. Well, the bottom line is we're all very much looking forward to seeing the Rampage movie with Dwayne Johnson.
Did you say you're sticking with Zelda for Netflix?
Yeah.
What if something that had like maybe a better budget and better writers could like HBO if they could do Netflix?
You mean Zelda?
Yeah.
Well,
if HBO could do Netflix.
The Netflix show brought to you by HBO.
We're Netflix. They just trash Netflix, make everyone look like an idiot. Hey, HBO, if you take that idea, you owe me money.
Right. We gotta keep the lights on. I really don't care. I like the idea of Zelda in a show format.
Or even
because
AMC.
it's just a rich world that could go on and on. You either have to make 10 movies or make an ongoing show.
My problem with Netflix is Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Luke Cage. It was something that I was like, it's gonna be. In the first place, I wasn't here with it, but I was like here, and then as I'm watching it, I'm getting up there, and then it fucking crashed. So I'm like.
At this point, I'd rather see a Johnny Cage Netflix show or HBO.
What are they gonna do with Iron? I still think that Norman Reedus Ghost Rider would be cool. But and I'm looking forward to the Defenders.
7 episodes of it would be good.
I'm looking forward to the Defenders no matter. Or if they do as many episodes as they did with Luke Cage, put some fucking filler episodes in there. Put some fun in it. There's no fun. They tried it a little with Daredevil, like the first few episodes of the season were like them doing cases.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like did the storyline. They need to bring it back to a case. It's just like Supernatural does well because it's got 23 episodes or something, but they don't do pure storyline. They'll do like a filler episode, and at the end of the episode, they'll do something that ties into the storyline or something like that, you know?
I do know.
Oh, you do know. Because CW knows how to do certain shows.
You didn't know the CW stands for filler. Like, that's somehow.
You can't spell filler without CW.
You can't spell teen romance without CW. Anyway, so that's it. Video game movies. That's what we're looking forward to. That's what we're hopeful for. Give us something good. They're working on lots of stuff. They're working on Uncharted. They're doing the Rampage movie. All kinds of things like that stuff. So let's close it up with Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars. Ba-na-na. We are in the last cusp of waiting for Rogue One. Man.
What do we got, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. It's really hard to think back how the wait felt for Force Awakens, but I feel it again. It's just like, it's agonizing waiting for, and that's awesome about having one movie a year.
Oh, I bought a Rogue One shirt.
You did.
I did.
I have one that I will be bringing in for.
It's red like that, and it's got. Do you have that one? Did you buy that one?
We have the same.
We have the same Rogue One shirt.
You see it here. If that's what ends up happening, it was an accident. And I bought mine a month ago or 2 months ago.
I bought mine a couple days ago, and I was just looking. I saw it. It was on a shipper at Fred Meyer, and I was like,
yeah, that's the same shirt.
It's the same shirt.
Because I went in, they had a Rogue One kids section, and they didn't have any adult size things out there. So I said, do you guys have any Rogue One adult stuff? And they took me to the back room, and they're like, oh yeah, this just came in today. And they opened it, and it was a shipper, and I was like, I'll take those 2 shirts. And one of them's my black Death Trooper shirt, and the other one I haven't brought in yet. It's a red.
It's the movie poster on a red shirt.
It's this color movie poster.
Okay. We're gonna be wearing the same shirt. We gotta tell Andy. But Andy and our other guest, or his other guest rather.
Yeah, and then post that, possibly, we might be looking at getting our own content of the variety.
Oh yeah, we're looking into doing shirts. I'm gonna actually look into that today.
Yeah, so if you guys want some, let us know prior to us doing that, like immediately.
Yeah,
or if you have ideas, graphic ideas. I've got some in my head. We might do, Star Wars inspired, and then or just our logo.
We're gonna start with just our logo, but if you want any sort of thing, like it's sort of like a tattoo. Like you send us a message saying, "Hey, I kind of want this idea," or like send us a corresponding picture. Like I want this picture on this with the FanSplash logo. I think it would be cool.
That would be.
And we'll make that shirt for you. You will have to pay for it, but
but we'll do the legwork. And $20 tips are much appreciated.
Just so you know, you can't just make a FanSplash shirt, by the way, and cut out us. It has to come to us.
Death will come straight for you.
Rogue
One. Matching shirts.
And clips.
We got, how many clips, Tyler?
2.
We got 2 clips. Total of like a minute and a half. So, not a whole lot of content. Please just stop. Like, trailers, content, marketing, stop it.
I know, it's
we're almost there.
We're there. We're in the final throes.
I can't not watch them.
Time.
I have no willpower. I can't not watch. If you put it in front of me, I will watch it. So I'm begging.
But they're still not giving us everything, which is good.
Yes.
They haven't.
It's good that there's so much mystery around this movie. Like, even though we know how it's going to end, we still don't know much else.
We don't know how it's going to end.
We know where it might end up, or probably going to end up. We don't know exactly how it's going to end.
We know in which aspects they succeed.
Right.
So we know to a certain extent they succeed.
Well, let's say Force Awakens. We were excited in that movie because we wanted to see where that movie was going to put us in the Star Wars universe. Like, after that movie, where are we? Rogue One's more, we're not so much concerned what's after Rogue One. It's the journey from start to finish.
Sure.
The middle, I think, and towards the end is what we're most excited to see.
Anyways,
fucking clips with Steve the Pirate. We got
a leaf on the wind. Watches.
Was that Firefly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was not Firefly. It was Serenity.
Oh, sorry. Alan Tudyk, or Steve the Pirate, my dodgeball reference, if you didn't already know, is voicing and motion capturing I guess there's some behind the scenes pictures, and he's all
He's in
dotted
A
up.
Knight's Tale too. He's in a lot of stuff.
I like Alan Tudyk.
Oh, he's great.
And his relationship with Nathan Fillion. They do.
You seen his Loot Crate commercial?
I haven't, but they're doing a show together. Conman, I think.
Loot Crate.
No, Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion have a show together. Anyway,
really?
Yeah.
My
Oh yeah, you got
Captain
that from me.
Malcolm Reynolds.
Anyways, so the first clip that we saw is an action piece that we've seen a lot of, or a chunk of it, and it's basically Jin and Cassian, Diego Luna, facing off against a bunch of stormtroopers, and he gets a couple shots in, and I think Jin shows him the business. She's like, "Oh no, this is how you take them out. I'm gonna hand-to-hand combat, like take out like 4 of them, and then shoot some more of them." So she's clearly showing, "I'm about to lead this bitch."
Yeah,
Like,
this is showcasing her
her
skills quite well.
Right.
Yeah.
And knowing what I know about Catalyst, I'm curious how she gets to be as fierce as she is. Read Catalyst if you haven't yet. It's the setup for this movie.
You're wondering how she turns into a badass because
Yes.
Catalyst doesn't tell you any of that?
No, well, if you look at the trailers, it looks like her father... This is in the trailers, not the book. Her father leaves her at a very, very young age.
Sure.
And her mother, I'm pretty sure. So... You know, it said orphan since the age of 12, I think is what it says in the trailer. So what happens...
Psh, that's not that early. Quit being a wuss.
Pansy.
Come on.
I already had a job. Anyway, so she showcases her skill, but the best part is she's going on a rampage, right? And she turns, and it looks like she just shoots K2SO, Alan Tudyk's robot character, Imperial trailer, and it drops, and then the real K2SO comes around the corner and is like, did you know that was me? She, yeah, of course.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. Did you know that wasn't me?
Yeah.
Duh.
Come on, dude.
I thought it's kind of funny, and it's interesting that they're bringing offensive droids back instead of just kind of like slave droids or purpose, like lingual droids and stuff like that. Because like C-3PO is not a combat droid. Most of them died out when the Separatists died out with the war. And that's when they went over to using clones and stormtroopers and stuff like that. So it's interesting to actually see an offensive droid.
Sure.
Because K2SO was an Imperial droid that got reprogrammed to fight with the rebels. So I thought that was a good clip. And I think in both these clips, K2SO is the highlight. What happens in the second clip?
It's just an argument.
They're talking about how... I think it probably is pretty close to the other clip. They're talking about Jyn Erso's gun, and I think Cassian wants to take it from her, and she's like, "I know how to use it. Like, I don't need your help." And he's like, "No, I know you know how to use it. That's what I'm afraid of." There's obviously an issue.
They
of
don't trust each other yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't trust each other. And he's like, "Well, where'd you get it?" "I found it." And then Alan Tudyk says, "I find that answer vague and unconvincing." And I was like, I'm gonna love this character. We've had BB-8. We've had like a new R2. Now we need a new C-3PO.
Exactly.
Did you just this to BB-8?
Well, because BB-8 doesn't talk like he was. I liked BB-8 a lot more than I had anticipating liking BB-8.
Sure.
BB-8, but with dialogue comes humor. You know.
Well, I'm just saying R2-D2 is your mute, funny robot. BB-8's your mute, funny robot.
That's another thing that people overlook about the prequels. There was a lot of comic relief with R2-D2 in the prequels.
Yeah.
R2-D2 was a great part of the prequels and C-3PO.
Yeah. And we got to see the progression of C-3PO, which was nice. This is our new, possibly less annoying C-3PO.
Do you think C-3PO is
I like C-3PO, but like you gotta feel for the characters and be like, shut up sometimes. The odds are coming out of here. Blah, 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 blah. Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, he's kind of like helpless in a way.
Sure. There's a little more humanity to Alan Tudyk's character, which I'm really looking forward to. Even in the eyes.
A little more density to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and you saw how like the eyes kind of move? They're not stationary like C-3PO's. That adds emotion. And then his head
3PO
gesture.
is an older droid.
Yes, he is. And he's also not a factory droid.
And he was made by a kid.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So, really, I like these clips. I don't want any more, like we were saying.
Don't want any more. Stop showing me.
Stop it.
I understand. I understand what you're saying because you don't have any willpower. I almost pulled a Jesse with the loot crate last week, but I waited.
It's hard. It's hard.
No. I'm the same way. So I'm poking fun.
And
at
we
you,
do news podcasts, so obviously we have to talk about these things. We have no choice because we have to bring the news to you. And if it weren't for us, you would know nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Jon Snow.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. All right, guys. Well, that's it for our movie news for episode 30. So we have one more episode of movie news, and then, Anakin, episode 32 will be Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh, yes!
We're almost excited? There. Almost. No, of course not. I fucking hate Star Wars.
Are you seeing an opening night?
I can't because I work swing shift.
You don't do like special requests or anything? You'll be seeing it the next morning?
Yeah, I'll be seeing it the next morning. So guess who will not be online Thursday night, Friday morning?
What if they do like a 1 a.m. showing? Can you cut out early?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
look at him. He knows his priorities. He knows his job. How excited he is for Rogue One.
If it was 1 a.m., because I usually get off between 1 and 2, I would find a way. But I don't think they do any 1 a.m. showings by where I live. It would be like, they do like 7, 9, and 10. Mostly
midnight, yeah.
Sometimes midnight, but midnight.
Andy saw Force Awakens at 7, and then again at like something else.
We saw BVS.
Well, you did. I didn't.
Okay. Anyways, all right, guys. So, are you excited for Rogue One? Join me and Tyler Friday morning if you would like. That would be awesome to have a group of people to go with. But get your tickets now because they're on sale. And if you didn't already know, Rogue One broke the internet. Star Wars broke the internet. Again, which is funny because Force Awakens broke the internet and all the ticket sites, and they're like, okay, we're gonna prepare ourselves, do some server work for the next Star Wars movie, and Rogue One's like, no, fuck your shit, crash it again. It wasn't as bad, and it didn't last as long, so you should be able to get your tickets now. If you're going anywhere with reserved seatings, hurry. I'm saying that to myself too because I need to get those. Force Awakens I got first day. This one I'm a little behind, so let's get those tickets.
Yeah,
I gotta figure out what theater we're going to because I think we're gonna go to one in maybe Puyallup.
You think so?
Because we're all gonna go to Andy.
We're all gonna go.
Normally we go to Kent Station because we go to my apartment afterwards. But if we're going to Andy's, we need to see it in Puyallup.
Well, if we want to get reserved seats, we'll go to Lakewood.
I love Lakewood. That'd be fun. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. So. Bye from all of us, being Thanos, Hawkeye, Jin, Spider-Man, Newt, and Malcolm, and Tyler, and Jesse, and Alpha 5, and all that good stuff.
Oh God, the alien frog.
Alright guys, so we will see you on episode 31 next week. Stay tuned, and may the film be with you.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep an eye and an ear out for exciting new content. Be sure to follow us on all the social media sites. Twitter is @TheFansplash. YouTube, just search Fansplash. We've got an open Facebook network, Fansplash Network. Instagram is fan_splash_podcast. SoundCloud.com/fansplash. You can email us, thefansplash@gmail.com, and Reddit @r/fansplash. Title and end credit songs written by Jacob Hall. See you next time.
May the film be with you. Always.